Hey folks, thank you for joining me in the kitchen today as we're going to take this opportunity to learn how to make some tasty Missions Munchies. Our recipe for today is going to be plantain chips or fried banana chips, whatever you would like to call them. And these are a family favorite. During the years that my family and I lived in Venezuela, this was one of the go-to treats that we like to purchase on the long drives home after picking our kids up at school. Maybe a 1-hour commute through stop and go traffic. There were people selling fried plantain chips in the streets between the cars, and nothing better. Roll down the window, buy a bag or two of fried plantain chips, and enjoy them on the journey home. This is Missions Month in our church. What better time to prepare some Mission Munchies to enjoy at home? I want to point out, first of all, that you need to be careful when you're making these tasty treats because you'll be working with hot oil. And I'm going to be frying the chips in a frying pan, a cast iron frying pan. And whenever you're working with oil, you need to be extra careful to keep anything else flammable away from your cooking area. I have a fire extinguisher on the counter if needed, and I also have a lid which I could use to put on top of the frying pan in the case that it would catch on fire. So let's get into it. I want to show you the 3 ingredients which you need in order to make fried plantain chips. Very simple. You need to purchase some cooking bananas or plantain. Plantains are usually bigger. This is what I found in the grocery store. They call them cooking bananas. But if you can find something called plantains, which would just be a little bit bigger, they'd be great. And what you're looking for is to find some that are green. You'll see these cooking bananas are very green. The greener, the better. They'll make for crispy chips. If they turn yellow or black, they're too ripe for this recipe. I may save one of these bananas and let it ripen, and perhaps try showing you how to cook ripe bananas, ripe plantains, at the end of this month, perhaps. So you need cooking bananas, the greener the better, some cooking oil, any kind of oil, vegetable oil will work, and some salt. 3 ingredients, very simple. To begin then, you'll need to take a plantain or a cooking banana, and you may find it easiest just to cut the ends off of that, and then make some cuts with your knife along the length of the plantain. We'll just make it a little bit easier to peel because green bananas and green plantains can be somewhat difficult to remove their peeling. And you work your way along that edge and pull it up. This is a treat that's enjoyed in lots of different countries of the world. We've enjoyed it when we lived in Venezuela and in Colombia. And I believe there are a number of South American and Central American countries that will make fried plantain. When we've been in Nicaragua, some of the teams that have been down there, this is part of one of the favorite things to see on your plate at lunchtime is to have fried banana chips or fried plantain chips. A really nice treat to enjoy. After you have your cooking bananas peeled, then it's time to proceed to slicing them and preparing them for deep frying. There are a number of different methods you can use, from as simple as taking a knife and carefully slicing the cooking plantains on a cutting board in thin slices. I've brought a mandolin, not one you can play as a musical instrument, but one that can be used to slice cooking bananas. This came from Nicaragua. And you could just slice over a bowl using the cooking banana and slide it, maybe put this over here like this, and then slide, and it will make nice thin slices, which will be ideal for cooking into plantain chips. I'm going to do some that are small round pieces like this. But then another method is we had a little longer piece, and I'm going to cut this just so you can see as well. You can cut them in longer slices, which just make little longer chips, which are kind of fun to eat. That's actually the kind that we typically would purchase along the road in Venezuela. Then another method, if you don't have a mandolin, you could use a regular potato peeler and just simply slice thin slices of cooking banana, which you can then fry in the frying pan later, and we'll just make a tasty treat. So you're just getting a very thin slice of cooking banana, which you can then use to cook with. And the final method that I would like to show you, which you can use effectively to slice cooking bananas into small pieces using a food processor. It's maybe a bit of a cheater method, and it's maybe a little bit overkill for the amount that I'm actually preparing. But I'm just going to run this down and slice these into pieces that we can deep fry later. Now that works fast. I still have all my fingers. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put maybe an inch of oil in the bottom of a cast iron frying pan. And we're going to heat that up. And once it's hot, we're going to start frying, making our tasty treats. All right, now as the oil is heating up, I'm going to take a little bit of salt and apply it onto the raw plantains so that it'll be really tasty when they're finally cooked. I'm going to mix that around a little. If you have any questions about this recipe, feel free at any time to type your question into the chat, and I will try to get back to you and answer your questions. All right, so our oil is hot. It's under just sort of medium heat, not too hot, but enough to make the chips sizzle when we drop them in. And so we'll carefully put them into the oil one at a time so they don't stick. And so we'll begin. They start to get brown, you'll want to remove them from the heat so they don't burn, because they don't taste as good when they're burned. The sizzle will start to slow down a little. I'll get a little crispy sounding to the touch. All right, well there we have it, friends. The finished product. Beautiful fried plantain, high in carbohydrates and high in culture. You got to try these. In fact, I want my wife Sherry to come and give them a try. So Sherry, please come on into the kitchen. Look what I've been up to.
Wow, Trevor, you've been busy this afternoon.
Yeah, I'd like you to try one, and then please tell our viewers what you think of the finished product.
These are delicious.
Yeah?
In fact, they remind me too of our days serving as missionaries in Latin America.
Right on. Well, I hope all of you can try these at home. It's not an expensive thing to prepare. The two fried plantains, or the two plantains that I purchased for the project, only cost 45 cents. And it's a tasty missions munchie that you can enjoy during Missions Month. So, till next time, cook safe.
Bye.
Bye.